The China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo continues in Changsha in central China. Various projects are being showcased in trade and investment, with numerous agreements expected to be signed. 6 African countries, Algeria, Ethiopia, Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa and Senegal, are in attendance this year. World Trade Organization Deputy Chief has urged African nations to consider joining the World Trade Organization or miss the opportunity to influence global trade rules. Zhang Xiangchen was speaking at the event that marks the second such gathering. The event was proposed by President Xi Jinping at the 2018 Beijing Summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation. Earlier, we spoke to Hannah Ryder, the CEO of Development Reimagined in Glasgow, Scotland. She asserts that African countries should shift focus to increasing the value of their trade with external partners and can do so through platforms such as the China-Africa Trade Expo. Take a listen.
We've been introducing 10 brands from 6 African countries into the Expo. The brands that we're supporting, really, the aim is really to highlight the diverse, high quality and luxury African brands which exist across the continent and really help the Chinese consumer reimagine African products. So we're bringing these kinds of brands to China, trying to show Chinese consumers that African products aren't just kind of traditional artisanal products, but they are complex, they're beautiful, and hopefully we can create really great new markets for them in China. China's economic recovery from COVID-19 has been amongst the first in the world and is continuing to progress pretty well. And so that domestic consumption, certainly relative to the rest of the world, offers a great deal of opportunities for African brands to tap into. And also before the pandemic, China's market was very attractive. So for instance, in 2019, consumption was rising by 16% a year. And you compare that to a market like the US, which many African brands try to enter in Europe, US was only increasing by 2%. So as consumption is rising, it offers a really important opportunity for African countries, African brands and businesses, entrepreneurs to really take advantage of. And this is what we really encourage. AFCFTA, the Inter-Africa Trade Agreement, is focused on inter-Africa trade, but that doesn't mean that what is done internally doesn't have to have a positive impact externally. We need to remember that trade increases in 2 ways. In terms of volumes, but also in terms of value. And I think part of the challenge for African countries is that, especially with regards to our export partners, whether it's China, whether it's Europe, we've been very much focused on volume, but we need to really focus on value, adding the value to products and using the Chinese market as a key opportunity to add value to products, create a new market for us, and that will obviously also support inter-Africa trade.